And we're live.
And welcome back to Jen's channel. As always, we hope you're having a great day. My name is Majors.
And my name is Jen.
And you could be anywhere else in the world right now, but instead, you're right here with us.
And we're thankful.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah,
I've
been waiting a long time for this one, Jen. A long time.
Me too, Majors. I'm so glad you're here. So thanks so much. I know you've been so busy lately, so it's so amazing that you're able to make some time to be here on my channel tonight. So
yes. And I tell you what, everybody that's gonna be able to hang out with us for a moment tonight definitely will not be disappointed. We're gonna get a little raw. We're gonna get a little gritty tonight, baby. Yeah, just in time for the weekend, Jen. We're gonna hit them with some truth. We're gonna hit them with some of that good stuff. You know, some of that stuff that's gonna linger with them that they could carry on through the weekend, so they'll be ready to hit the ground running on Monday, baby. Yeah.
Perfect. I love that. Yeah. Woo! All right.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
So I'm looking at the chat. I see we already have some awesome people on here. I see we got Victoria Sequence. I'm glad she's here. Jessica Estrada, welcome.
Jessica, that's my girl right there. Oh, Jessica and Celine too.
Yeah. We got Celine.
Yes.
We've got Dave. Oh, Dave liked our intro, which is awesome. He's watching from bed right now.
I see. Dave, hey, listen, I'm a big fan. The man behind the camera, they be putting in a lot of work. And I see my brother's in here, the tattoo Ronan. I see Ro in here, baby. Yeah.
We got Adrian and Nico too.
Adrian and Nico. Yeah, what's going on, fellas? Yes, sir.
All right. Hey. This is awesome. So I'm so glad that everyone's on here already. So why don't we get started?
Let's get to it.
All right. So first, obviously, big thank you, Majors, for being here tonight. I'm so blessed that you came and that you're here. So awesome. So thanks again so much for being here.
Listen, you guys, just before we started to kick things off, Jen and myself, we were talking, and basically, you know, Jen is like a classmate. You know, that's kind of like how I view everybody. We kind of came in together, like Jen was saying. I had only had like 200, 300 subs at the time, Jen, when we started kind of following one another. And, you know, we're classmates. We're classmates, man. And we're in this thing together. So it's my pleasure. It's genuinely an honor of mine to be here. And I can't wait to get started. You know, this thing's been in the making for like a couple months now, right, Jen?
Yeah. So good.
Yes.
All right. And so anyone who's maybe new to my channel, who this may be your first time on here. So this is kind of like a new content that we're starting to do, where I'm bringing some of my favorite content creators to come about topics that are awesome to help motivate you, help inspire you, help you just, you know, let's make our lives a little better. So yeah.
Let's get it.
So we couldn't do that without Majors.
Listen, you guys, you came to the right spot. You came to the right place tonight. Spending your Friday here with us before the weekend. We're gonna get real. We're gonna, you know, genuine, authentic. We might it's okay if we step on a couple toes, Jen.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
You can't motivate without stepping on some toes.
All right, okay, baby. That's what I want to hear, baby. Yeah. Hey, growing and grinding, baby. Growing and grinding. Let's get to it. Let's make it happen.
All right. So Majors, before we get started, maybe just give us a bit of a story behind you, maybe about your channel, so that anybody who maybe hasn't been to your channel, make sure you go check them out, because Majors is amazing.
Oh, you're too kind, Jen. Listen. I think that well, it's real interesting how things started. So basically, my brother, for maybe some of the guys that don't know, military, and he's familiar like with my regiments, my routines and stuff. And I would send him some of the things that I'd be doing, and he was like, man, you know, he's like, bro, the stuff that you're doing, they're not doing Marines aren't doing that, Navy SEALs aren't doing that. He's like, the Rangers ain't. He's like, your stuff is crazy. He's like, you need to start a YouTube channel. And I'm like, man, that's really not me. I mean, I just want to get my thing. But then when I really started thinking about what he was saying, and it's like, I've always had a passion to help others along the way. Like one of the things that is more satisfying than me accomplishing my own goals is seeing other people do things that they did not think possible for themselves. But I've always used to dealing kind of with that one-on-one interaction. And when I what my bro said, it's kind of like, oh, this will actually give me the opportunity to reach people that's, not in front of me, that they could be, somewhere on the East Coast or even out of the country. You know what I mean? And then I started kind of thinking through and kind of looking at it at a different light. And that's pretty much where everything started. But basically, the channel has been a huge, huge blessing. I mean, I would have never thought I would have even gotten the way that it's taken a mind of its own is just beyond me. It's something that I could not have planned or seen going into it. The community that has been the camp, the whole world to me. And the reason why the whole emphasis on the camp, the reason why it means so much is because we are all on different levels, and we all are not necessarily involved in fitness. And that's the beautiful thing about it, is because inspiration is not just limited to fitness or just limited to this or to that or to economics or to finances or relationships or whatever, but it's something that could be translated. Inspiration is something that could be translated across all boards, across all genres. And I didn't really realize that until I started, until the channel really started growing. So I was like, you know what? I want to actually put a name behind the community so we can have something to kind of stand behind. And that's when the camp came into place. And, we just been growing ever since. But I would say my brother gave me the idea, but the whole reason for the channel is not about all the crazy routines and the things that I do. I do those things just to show people that when you really put your mind to something, your potential is almost limitless. And I just want to do the best I can to be a living example of that. A lot of people could talk about what they've learned out of a textbook. A lot of people could talk about this type of philosophy or this type of teaching. But it's different when you're actually a practitioner. When you become a practitioner, that's when people really, really kind of start to pay attention, is when somebody is actually living it. You impact that person, and not just living it here and right now, because people come and go all the time. But when they see you consistently, relentless, and it's like, okay, there's something a little different about this dude. Like there's something going on that's genuine about this guy. And every time we do a video, every time I do a video, every time telling on myself, put a video out there, we're only really trying to reach one person that video. I don't get caught up in the views, the likes, the comments. I want to impact just one person each and every single video. Everything else gonna take care of itself. But that's my whole reason for the channel, and it's just really taken off. I've got to meet a ton of amazing people, like some of the people that are here in this chat, and it's been a beautiful ride. It's been a beautiful ride so far.
It's been amazing, honestly. Like, Major, seeing everything grow and just like seeing the camp. Like, I think that's one of the coolest things for me, is just seeing that evolution of the community. And also, like,
Yes,
I'm sure you already
yes.
know this, but I mean, the amount of times that I've seen on other creators that I follow that are inspired by you, fitness or otherwise,
Oh,
like, it's amazing.
that's the most humble. Like, that's the craziest part of it all, because I don't necessarily believe too much into challenges. I don't really get, it's just my own. There's nothing wrong with them. It's personal preference. But then seeing the things that some of the routines that I do, and then people turning them into challenges when it was never intended to be, is
Yeah.
crazy. It's like inspiring. It's like, wow. It's like, just to know that, as content creators, you have an idea to try to come up with things, and you hope that your idea translates into reality. You hope it's received well. You hope it goes across well. And that's just kind of like validation, and it just means so much when you know that your content is communicating well.
Yeah, no, it's so true because, like, it's so, like, I find that's probably the hardest part about a content creator, about content creating in general, is just, again, you don't know if if you're, if the right message is getting out there, if you're reaching the right people. And I mean, I think
Right.
that's why I find it so phenomenal following your journey, is because you are having such an impact. And like, I can see that just from reading the comments on your channel, just from even the impact.
Mm,
And you talk about like the being genuine and the consistency, and I just find like those two words are probably the best words to describe you, as being so genuine and being so
mm.
consistent. So
Thank you, Jen. Thank you so much. That means the world coming. That means the world to me, coming from somebody such as yourself. It really does. I mean that genuinely.
thank you.
Yes.
All right,
Dan
before we
Daniela,
y-
what's up? What's up,
yeah,
Daniela?
Neil's in the house. We've also got Rexel Bikes is on here, which is awesome. We've got, yeah, no, everyone's just saying hi, which is awesome. Keep the chats active, guys. If you guys have any questions or anything like that while we're going through it, as always, we want this to be a super open, honest
That's right.
communication. I don't know why I made that sound so like, business like,
No, no, you're good. Basically, hey guys, listen, something pops up in your mind. Don't keep it to yourself. Hey, chat. Hey, don't be shy out there. Don't be shy. Something comes up, put it in the chat, baby. We'll get to it. We'll
let's
get
talk
to it.
about it.
Hey, let's get it. Oh, wait, who is that right there? Hey, Sue's in the building. Sue, what's going
Woo!
on? Yeah, let's get it, Jen.
Got a full house. All right. Okay. So now that, everyone knows for sure now who Majors is and what you're all about. I mean, man, so just following your journey over the last couple months, so you've managed to somehow, through obviously a lot of hard work and consistency, but you've managed to, over 6 months, and I believe still counting, single digits body fat naturally, which
Yes,
I think is the
yes,
most important thing to emphasize here.
that's right.
And you did 6 hours worth of Navy SEAL burpees twice. So, tell me, how do you
All
do
right.
that?
Okay. Uh, the first thing is Kevin. Kevin, what up? Kevin Esconde, what up, baby? What's up? So the first thing with the body fat percent. So a lot of times, I the thing that kind of, well, first of all, it's always been a goal of mine. And listen, you guys, if you see my content, my videos, it's not something that I recommend anybody to pursue. This is just a personal goal of mine, and I've always had a goal to be single digits. But I was so far from it, even though I was working as hard as I could, as long as I could. It was just like a slap in the face when I finally found out my body fat percentage. And because in the meantime, I was using online body fat calculators, which was saying I was single digits. And them things, listen, guys, don't, whenever you're trying to calculate your body fat, do not use those online calculators. Or if you do, add about 10 to 15% to whatever it says that you are. So it just made me hungry. It made me hungry to become the best possible version of myself, but I wanted to do it the right way. And there was people close to me. That's right. That's right. There were people close to me saying that it's impossible. Now get it. They didn't say it was hard, Jen. They didn't say it was difficult. They
That is
said
impossible.
it is impossible for a natural to be single digit body fat. So okay.
Like, I see
So
that.
I see that. I see that. So not only so basically from that point on, I go down. I became more focused, more determined nutrition. Um, I try to find different ways just to inspire myself, and that was one of the things that I found to really keep me driven, to really keep me going, and to kind of see what I was made of. You know what I mean? I wanted to put myself to the test. I wanted to kind of get out my comfort zone. And the thing about nutrition is it ain't like no workout. You know, when it comes to working out, anybody can do workouts. Anybody could do Navy SEAL burpees, pull-ups, all that. You know, I mean, that's the sexy stuff. Like working out, grinding. Oh, I'm on my grind. I'm up early, baby.
That's
I'm
the
on my
easy
grind.
part.
Yeah, hey, I'm in the gym. I'm on the treadmill. Yeah, I'm getting it. Listen, that's the easy part. The hard part is what are you eating when nobody's looking? Those midnight snacks, those snacks before bed, that extra this, that extra that. That's the difficult part. So having to master that took a lot of effort. And not only did I want to prove that I could get down to the single digits, but I wanted to show that I can have that become a lifestyle, day in, day out, month after month. And now it's just like now, what's up, Jess? Now it's just become like a normal everyday thing. But I just wanted to show people out there that you don't have to take any shortcuts, man. You don't have to take any PEDs. You don't have to take any steroids. You don't have to cycle on and off all of these things. And then listen, if that's what you're doing, more power to you. That's your body, and you have the right to do that. But me personally, I've always been natural. Will continue to be natural. And I just want to show other people that when you're dedicated and when you're committed to something, you could do it. And I'm not talking about starving yourself. Or any type of fads, water diets, or anything of that nature. I'm talking about doing it the healthy way, because you want to keep in mind when it comes to fitness, mental toughness, anything that you practice, you want to make sure that you can make it a part of your lifestyle. It has to be sustainable. If it's not, it's going to be here today, gone tomorrow. So that was the whole thing with the body fat. And I tell you what, it was a huge, huge accomplishment. My first visit with Juan and getting those single digits, I was just blown away, because I felt like that was just something that almost was unattainable. And
Well, yeah,
now,
when they're telling you it's impossible, that you just
yeah,
can't do it, and you just
that,
prove them wrong, right?
right. And I mean, it's just unbelievable. And then once we get that, I celebrated that victory, and it's on to the next thing. And it's just crazy. Your body is so much more capable and adaptive than we give it credit for. That's for sure. And then with the and then with you said the Navy SEAL burpees, right?
Just before we get into that part though, right?
Yeah.
It's like, so I think something else that's really important to think about, and I think some people, it's really easy to get lost in these like short-term goals. But if you think
Yeah.
about like, why do we do fitness? Why do we do these things and want to be healthy and whatever? It's,
Right.
so that, in 10 or 20 and 30 years, we're still healthy, that we're still moving and able to do things. So it's
That's
kind of
right.
like,
Well,
it's like that longer term
it's
thought.
always about, listen. You know me, Jen. Like I'm always preaching short steps. I'm always Somebody said, "Do I ever have cheat days or meals?" Okay, guys. So listen, with cheat days and meals, I don't want to lose my train of thought, but I don't. I actually do not have any cheat days. Cheat meals, I may have a couple a year, a cheat meal. And that and a lot of time, and listen, and I'm gonna get into this in a second, because I was just like you guys out there. I never would have thought in a million years I would be living this type of lifestyle when it comes to nutrition. But just to answer the question real quick, I don't have any cheat meals. I don't have any, or I may have a couple a year, but I don't have any cheat days for sure.
All right, we're gonna
But
curve that one and make sure we dig into that one a little later,
yeah,
Jamie.
yes. And then we were what was we saying, Jen? I'm sorry.
Oh,
You were
we were
saying,
talking.
oh,
Oh,
were we
just
getting ready
about
to
the
get into
long
the
term,
burpees?
or do you want to get into the burpees?
Oh yeah. So yeah, so with the long term, I think a lot of times people they get too caught up and it's easy to do. And listen, you guys, when I say that, Fit Lab, what's up, homie?
Hey,
Yes,
Aaron.
sir. And you can never be late. Whenever you get here, you're on time. So I think that when it comes to the long term, I think everybody, we're in that microwave society right now. Everything is getting quicker. Technology is getting quicker, and we expect for the results to be the same way. But that's the furthest thing from the truth. And I think one of the things that helps me keep grounded and rooted is a lot of people, when they do certain things, that they're really they really have a mind, which is and if it's not the now, is the very near future. My have nothing to do with today, this year, or anything like that. As a matter of fact, when it comes to YouTube, like Jen, you're a classmate of mine, right?
Hmm.
That's how I view it. I'm in my freshman year. I'll be a year on YouTube the end of April. So I'm still a freshman. I'm not expecting anything out of YouTube until I graduate after my fourth year. When it comes to fitness, I'm not thinking about what I am today or even 2022. I'm thinking about what I'm going to be 10 years from now. 10 years from now, I want to be better than where I am today. So having those long-term goals in mind really keeps everything in focus of the now as well. So my mind is always about 5-10 years ahead. And that's just that's kind of like the way that I think of things. And you know, I'm not looking to trying to outdo myself like right now. I'm looking forward to 10 years the version of myself 10 years from now, having that be better than what I am today. And that's
It's
just kind of like my
amazing.
mind. That's kind of like
Well,
my
it's also like
mindset.
your why, right? It kind of like, and I mean, I'm sure we're going to get into this more and more, but it's like having that
Mhm.
why makes it so much easier to, for example, have very few cheat days in a year, you know, because you have such a
Yeah,
strong why.
that's the thing, and I think that when people say, "Do you have cheat days or cheat meals?" It's kind of like uh, it's just no desire to. There's no. It's not a temptation to eat. Um, like I mean, like for instance, I don't eat any carbs, and I would never preach, "Hey guys, it's bad to eat carbs." Like you'll never hear that coming out of my mouth. It's just what works for me personally. And people are like, "How do you have energy? How do you do those work?" Like I do intermittent fasting. OMAD 1 meal a day, absolutely no carbs. I don't. I really don't eat until about 4, 5, 6, 7 at night. But and what works well for me. But when you become driven, and I mean ultra driven, because a lot of people like to throw that word around loosely. They have like no idea the meaning. They think they do. Their tongue in their mouth says it, but they genuinely don't know what it means to become on fire, charismatic, passionate.
It's like
To
that
to the
hunger you talk about, right? Like you got to be
That's it.
hungry for it.
You listen. You have to be, because when you start to work within that mind frame, you start to realize what you are capable of, and everything takes off from there. I'm gonna dig a little deeper into that in a second.
It's almost
But it's
it's al I was gonna say it's almost like, so last week, Adrian and Nico were talking about the like almost like the flywheel concept. Like once you kind of start getting momentum going, you start seeing some progress, you start going, then the flywheel just starts spinning. Just goes
That's it. That's it. And I don't want to get off topic, but we'll get into some stuff. We'll get into
all
some
right, all
stuff.
right. So
But
okay, so
before,
let oh yeah, go.
no, I was gonna say, but with the Navy SEALs was the next one, right?
Yeah, let's
The
talk
na-
about those
okay,
burpees. 6 hours
okay.
of burpees twice.
So with that, you guys is I know this. A lot of people not know this. I'm not a Navy SEAL. I'm not a burpee guy. I don't do them. Like so. Okay. Like so on my channel, I have a burpees playlist. There's I think there's like maybe 10 videos, 10 burpee videos that I've done so far. Jen, ask me how many times I've done burpees in my life.
How many times have you done burpees in your life?
Those 10 times. those,
Oh my gosh.
those 10 times. That's the only time I do. But everybody thinks that like I do burpees every day, all day. Like I don't. I don't. Like I'm a gym guy by heart. I'm a weight guy by heart. But I do love cardio. I do love conditioning. The thing about burpees is I just kind of found out that like the Navy SEAL burpees is one of the toughest variations of it. And my brother had kind of told me about them. And it just kind of went from there. And with the 1,100 burpees that we did the first attempt, I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. Trying to do 1,100 Navy SEAL burpees. I know that nobody
That was
has.
brutal.
I looked it up. I looked it up to see who's done. There's people that's done 1,000 burpees, but I've never seen like 1,100 Navy SEAL burpees.
Well, yeah, because then you
So
add those extra push-ups in, and you're adding the
yeah,
extra knees. It like it
yeah,
breaks you, right? It's a full
it's
body workout.
it's 3,300 push-ups, man. So I thought it was just gonna be some easy piece of cake. Me and Tello, we get out there, we start handling business. Listen, I learned a lot about myself that day. I always want to test my limits and get outside of my comfort zone. That's where the whole comfort kills comes into play. And I always want to challenge myself. I always want to see what I'm capable of. A lot of people want to be surrounded by yes men. A lot of people want to feel good. A lot of people want to hear these nice, puffy, powder puff, cake type words. They want to be in a nice, fluffy environment where there's no pain, there's comfort. A lot of people want to do things that they're comfortable doing. That's the whole reason why I do the Navy SEALs, is because I don't do them. That's my way of getting outside of my comfort zone. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to be, the best burpee guy or whatever the case is, but I just do that as a way to just keep myself sharp. That's it. And
What keeps you on your
w-
toes, right? Because it's pushing you
that's
so outside of the comfort zone. Because again,
that
like you had no idea what you're even getting yourself into.
I
So
did not
it's
know. I did not know what I was getting myself into. So when we was out there and we was getting at it, it was, oh man, I tell you what, I started to, it was like I was near the end. I felt, I don't have the words for it, you guys. A ton of emotion came over me. My grandparents raised me for the first 10 years of my life. They were like my parents. My grandpa passed about a decade ago, but he's still with me. That pain really never goes away. He's like a father to me. And Tello and myself, we was out there grinding, and when we got around, I think the 900th rep, the 900th Navy SEAL burpee, um like there was just, I was cramping, there was nothing there, like it wasn't healthy at all. I didn't know if I was going to pass out. I told myself, if I don't make it, it's because I just passed out, but I'm not going to stop unless that was just my mindset.
I
Now,
have to
Jen,
say, Majors, like when I was watching that video too, the fact that you showed your struggle, like a lot of people wouldn't even do that, you
oh,
know?
Jen, I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to edit that part out, and I'm glad that I didn't. I've never, I'm not, I left the emotion in there so people could see the pain and relate to it.
Yeah.
And I've never cried. I mean, I don't cry in front of people, but at the end, near the end, I literally saw my grandpa in the sky, and he was looking down on me, and that's what helped me finish that. And
Wow.
even though I was able to finish, I think that first time was 6 hours and 11 minutes. I didn't like the way my body. I was extremely happy. I mean, beyond words, but I wasn't happy with my performance because I didn't handle it the way that I wanted to handle it. That's why we did it a second time. When we did it a second time, complete different story. Complete different story. The second attempt, and I think we beat that time by over an hour. So the first attempt was 6 hours 11 minutes. The second attempt was 5 hours and 3 minutes.
And you were
Uh,
driving home after. I remember watching that video and being like, wait, the first time he did this, you were like on the floor, you know, like
yeah,
dead. The
yeah,
second time, you're like, hey guys, what's up? I'm done. It's
yeah,
fine. No
yes,
biggie.
yes,
I've just been
yeah,
doing beats for 5 hours.
yeah,
Let's go get
yeah,
food.
with that, it's like, okay, 1,100 Navy SEAL burpees, twice. I'm good on that right there. And then Tello, he will not allow for me to do that routine again because
I
he's
bet. Because
seeing me.
seeing you doing that is probably like, yo,
Yeah,
I can't see you doing
it's
this anymore.
yeah. He's like, no, he's like, bro, you're my brother, man. I know the reason why you're doing it, but I'm not gonna let you kill yourself again like that. So that was my last time doing it. That the second time, the first time was to see what I could do. The second time
To show
was
that you
just
could do it in a better way.
in a better fashion. You got it. And I just want to, again, it's not about, listen, 1,100 Navy SEAL burpees. Who cares? Like nobody. I mean, that's not what it's about, you guys. I don't see what I was able to accomplish 1,100 Navy SEALs in a genuine way for anybody that, and you know what, everybody that's in this chat right now. The beautiful thing is, a lot of people in the chat is okay. I might just be, um, he is Kevin, no doubt. Um, to a lot of people, I might just be another guy talking, right? But to somebody in this chat, what we're getting ready to get to here in a few minutes, somebody's really gonna get the thing that's special about this. Is gonna Somebody's really gonna receive this in a powerful way. The thing about this chat is, for most people that's here today, it's a good time. We all know, a lot of us know each other. But to one person, maybe not even in this chat, but during the playback, somebody's gonna watch this, and that's the person who I'm really talking to. That's gonna be the person that's literally in a life or death situation. And if they're not in a literal life and death situation, in their mind, the things that they've had to overcome, the things that they've had to go through, those lonely, dark nights, those where your family doesn't support you, your friends don't support you, uh, and you're alone. You're alone. You don't know who might be thinking about if they're even going to see a tomorrow. Somebody's going to hear this message, and that's what makes what you're doing powerful, Jen, because somebody's going to hear this message and somebody's going to get it. Somebody's really, really going to pick up on something, and their life is going to change, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be a beautiful thing. And that's the person who I am talking to tonight. It's going to be somebody out there, baby. And it might be somebody who's already doing their thing. It might be somebody who's having those ups and those downs. That might be struggling. It might be that person who can't get over that hump. But for somebody out there, somebody's going to really catch hold of this, and you're going to change, just like mine did. Just like mine did. The thing is, a lot of people see what I do, like Majors is on some other, he's on another. No, listen, you guys, I'm nobody special. I'm just like you. One day I just had that light switch turn off, and I mean that light switch turned on, and it's just been a wrap. And it's different for everybody. Different circumstances and different things that you go through will cause different people to ignite. It'll cause different people to ignite. But I was saying that to say this: it's not about the 1100 Navy SEAL burpees. Who cares about that? Nobody cares about how much weight you can lift, how fast you can run, or how many Navy SEAL burpees you could do. That's pointless. That's pointless. It's about giving your maximum effort. And if your maximum effort is 1100 Navy SEAL burpees, it's no different than the person who could only do 5 push-ups. for the person who can only do 5 push-ups, for the person who can't even do push-ups, they have to get on their knees and do like the female version of the push-ups. If that is your maximum effort, there is no difference. There's no difference between that and those 1100 Navy SEAL burpees. And I genuinely believe that. Now, if I could do 1100 Navy SEAL burpees when I could really do 1500, then shame on me. Shame on me, because I'm out there just trying to get a number. And it's never about trying to get a number. It's never about trying to go to the gym just to say you went to the gym. So what? You could get on your iPhone and sit on the machines and be looking at Instagram. It's not about going to the gym, getting on the treadmill, putting the treadmill on incline, and holding on to the bars. Why do you have it on incline if you're holding on to the bars? You're doing exactly. Listen, you're defeating the purpose. And I'm not putting anybody down for going to the gym, getting on the treadmill, and holding on to the bars. What I'm saying is don't allow for your mind to get off easy. If you're gonna do it the right way. And you know what? If you have to hold on to the bars, then take it off the incline. Go flat, walk normal. Master that, then go up to the 1.0, the 2.0, go up the right way. Because then you're really starting to change your mind. You're starting to really condition and becoming that new variate, the best possible version, right? Exactly. But you can't do that
every day.
That's it. But you can't do that by holding on to the bars. You have to let go of those bars, you guys. Going to the gym and putting it on a 15 incline and holding on to the bars, listen, stay home. The reason why I say that is because you're not doing anything for your mind. I had to learn that when I started really, truly transforming myself, that, you know what, I'm going to get into it in a second. Go ahead, Jen. I'm going to let you do your segue. I will go on and on. I have to literally stop myself. I have to stop myself.
Though, right? So good. Yeah. No. All right. Okay. So, were you always this dedicated to your goals?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
how did you become the Majors that we all know and love?
All right. So, first of all, I've always been into fitness since I was young. Right. I was in the ball, like I played football, and that's kind of where it began. But it was really deceiving because, like I say, I'm a weight room guy, right? So as I was getting older, I've always been into the weights, and I was going to the gym like 5-6 times a week.
Wow.
But if you were to see me, you wouldn't be able to tell. Like if you were to see me in the grocery store, in the mall, I mean, I was big, but you wouldn't be able to, like, you wouldn't be able to tell. Like I was strong, but you really couldn't see it because I wasn't cut. There was no definition. I just had mass. And I was thinking that, oh, I'm healthy. I'm healthy because I lift weights 6 days a week. No, you're not healthy just because you lift weights 6 days a week. What about your heart? What about your arteries? What about the things that you're eating? I'm not
So it's the
doing
big
any
picture.
the big picture, right? And you know, I had the like a lot of lifters have the same mentality. Cardio. Like man, somebody come up to me talking about cardio. They're like, hey man,
Like,
listen, you
bye.
might, man, you gonna have to, you might have to get with the ladies, man. You could do some cardio with the ladies, man, because we lifting weights over here, homie. Like we pumping iron. You know what I'm saying? We trying to hit PRs, all that kind of stuff. You talking about cardio? No, that was my belief. That was my belief. No cardio. My heart is not getting the exercise and the conditioning it needs, and I would always make excuses on why I don't do cardio. I would always make excuses on why I'm not eating the right way. It's because I was lazy, Jen. Like, let's be real. I was lazy. And I don't care about how many Navy SEAL burpees you think you can do or how much weight you think you could lift. Listen, listen, you know, I like to do both. Take it from a guy who does both, you guys. I do 1,000 push-ups every day, 1,000 crunches every day. I don't talk about it on my videos like that. What you see on the videos is like 10% of what I actually do, you guys, right? I'm just saying that because I believe in body weight work. Trust me, I do. I love my pull-ups. I love all that. I love the gym. I love the weights. I love all that. I love to run. I like hiking. I like running trails. I trained for a marathon at one point. I love all that stuff, right? I love to be well versed. But when I tell you, when it comes to burpees, push-ups, all that stuff, when it comes to bench press, curls, squats, all that stuff, the hardest thing to do, it ain't no burpees, is old-fashioned getting on that block and running. There's a reason why I didn't want to do cardio. You know why? Because it hurts. It hurts bad. It's painful. It is painful. So, listen, I started implementing the cardio. When it came to the nutrition, people talking about eating salads and stuff like that. Again, I was not a believer in eating clean. I was the guy that thought I didn't have to do no carb, and I was the guy that thought I can outwork bad nutrition. False.
Well, we all want to think that we're like the
False.
exception to the rule, right? Like
Listen, no,
I
yes,
can eat burgers and junk, no cardio, do some
that's
fitness,
it.
and I'm gonna look like that, that amazing fitness
No,
model on the cover of the magazine.
listen, that right. You know, I was late. You know, what are the hardest things to do? It was the things I was ducking. I was ducking my cardio and I was ducking that clean eating. You know what I'm saying? I was ducking it because it's painful. That clean eating is painful. You're around family members that eat all the things you love to eat. You're around friends that are snacking on all the things that you used to love to snack on. But I fell in love with becoming the best version of myself. And becoming the best version of myself, there's no way I can get there without implementing those two things that I just discussed. And that's actually what changed. That's actually what began to change my life. And the thing that triggered it, and I've said this on other podcasts, but I was at home with Mrs. Majors, right? And Mrs. Majors, like she loves me. She loves me no matter what weight I'm at. But I knew my stuff was getting out of control, Jen, because I never have a shirt on. I'm always without a shirt. I'm comfortable without being in a shirt. I don't care how cold it is, how hot it is, in the house, no shirt, just no shirt.
We gotta see you come to Canada with this no shirt thing and see if you still have the same.
No, I don't. That might be a little different, but yo, like I just never had no shirt on, right? Like driving down the road, no shirt. Next thing you know, I'm noticing I'm eating all the double doubles in the world. I'm eating all the chocolate frosting, all the smoothies. I'm thinking smoothies are healthy. It's a smoothie, right? It's healthy. It's got all kinds of sugar in there. I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? Gatorade's healthy, all kinds of sugar. You know what I'm saying? I start blowing up. I start getting that weight that I don't feel comfortable with. Next thing you know, I'm in the house with my wife, right? And I don't have no on. Now I'm watching TV, and the remote was over here. I reach over for the remote, Jen, and you know where your obliques are right here? I bent over like that, and I some. And listen, you guys, this is from my body how I feel personally. But when I had went over like that, and I seen all of these rolls like an accordion just roll up right there, I
You're like,
said,
I'm not cool with this.
I said, that's it. Enough is enough. That's in. That's when that day forward. Because right then I started wearing shirts in the house, and it wasn't because something my wife said. It's because I was feeling insecure with myself. I always tell people, be happy with what you see in the mirror. As long as you're happy and you're healthy, hey, it's all good. It's not about getting a six pack. It's not about 9% body fat. Happy and healthy, baby. That's my message. But me, I wasn't happy. I mean, I wasn't happy from what I saw. So I started walking around the house wearing shirts. And then I was like, you know what? Nah, the shirt isn't my issue. The issue is I need to pull this thing from the root and I need to make some changes. And that's when I started intermittent fasting. And when I was doing the intermittent fasting, you know about not well, I can only eat within a certain period of time. Like I had to skip, I had to do this, do that. I was like, oh
Intense.
man. But listen, intermittent fasting changed my life. And I'm not telling anybody else out there to do it. Should you
Well, it's
try it?
personal, right? Listen to your body. That's number
Yeah,
one.
right. Listen to your body. Just because it works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Talk to your doctor. Make sure that your doctor is okay, gives you the clearance. And if you want to try it after that, so be it. But I'm just talking about what works well for me, you guys. Okay, like what intermittent fasting changed my life, and tell you the reason why it did. Because intermittent fasting showed me how much I was. It showed me how much lack of control I had over myself. Intermittent fasting showed me I had no control over my own body. It showed me I had no control over my mind, my mindset. It was almost like being addicted to drugs, like a drug addict. When
Well,
my
you
when
know, I was just gonna say, like, I think food for, most of us, like I want to say almost everybody, typically has some kind of an issue around it, whether it's emotional eating and you're, mowing down on the junk food, like probably like me, or you have the opposite relationship with food, right? But it's
right,
true, like, like I don't
I
think I know a single person out there that doesn't have something about food.
that's it. That's it. And I had no idea how much control it had over me. Just the little things like the snacking, the sodas, like the sodas was a big deal. Kool-Aid, Pepsi, Coke, bars, Butterfingers, fast food, even the things people think that are clean that aren't. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
see, I didn't like the way that felt. I didn't like the way my body was just shutting down, and it had to have sugar, it had to have salt, it had to have carbs, it had to have sweets, it had to have all that, the fats, the stuff that tastes good. Like it wasn't, Jen, it's one thing to okay, you know what, I feel like doing that today. It's another
Sure.
thing to where you have to have it. My
Yeah.
cheesecake, my funnel cake, my all of that, I had to have, like I had to. That's when intermittent fasting showed me how out of control I truly was. And
Wow.
that's what changed my life. And from that day forward, I was like, yo, you know what? I think I'm looking at this thing completely different, Jen. No, I think I'm looking at this thing completely backwards. There's a lot of things I was trying to accomplish, but I wasn't able to accomplish physically. So what I did, what intermittent fasting showed me is like, yo, you need to chill on all the physical stuff. You need to get your mind right. You need to stop being a passenger in your own body. You need to stop being a passenger within your own mind. I'm out here like a zombie. Like I'm just my body's making all the decisions for me. That ain't cool. That's not how I roll. You know what I'm saying? So from that day forward, I was like, yo, I need to flip everything around, forget about biceps, forget about back, forget about cardio, forget about conditioning, forget about squats, forget about all of that. Get your mind right. Because once you develop that mental toughness and once that mindset's on point, everything else is going to fall in place. Believe me, there's no shortcuts to that. If you if you want to get off of that yo-yo, there's so many people that say that they're focused, that they're dedicated, that say that they want. There's a lot of people that say a lot of people say that they're dedicated. You're not. No, you're not. You're not dedicated. You think you're dedicated, but you're not. I thought I was dedicated. I wasn't. I really wasn't. You think you know what it takes, but you don't. And this is for the people that are yo-yoing, right? If you're not yo-yoing, you're doing your thing. This doesn't pertain to you. I'm talking about people that were just like me, and I could talk about it because I've been through that. I thought I was dedicated. I was going to the gym 6 days a week. I was outworking all of my peers. But all I was doing was running in place, you guys. I was running in place. I was not bettering my heart. I wasn't bettering myself. This had to change first. Because anytime I tried to get to a certain level, and when that pain got too intense, I hit that ceiling and I fall down. I hit that ceiling and I fall down. If you're on that yo, I see you, Celine. If you're on that yo-yo, if you think you've been dedicated or you really want it and you're still on a yo-yo, I'm here to tell you right now, you don't. You're lying to yourself the way that I was lying to myself. Because let me tell you, and I'm going to give an example of this. We've all had significant others. Like we all been in high school. You have that crush, right? Even after high school, whatever the case is. Jen, like how when you and Dave first met. And I'm going to talk to you right now personally, Jen. Let's forget about the chat for a second. Hey, you guys, hang in there. Hey, I'm gonna holler at Jen real quick. All right, you guys, we'll be right back. So, Jen, when you started talking to Dave, you know those butterflies you got, like that feeling in your chest, the feeling in your stomach, just the dates you guys would go on, the way you would get prepared, the night before when you would think about what you guys were going to do the next day. You were excited, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. So you were thinking about what you were going to wear, your hair. What if
What
he
you're
does?
gonna say? What were you
Yeah.
gonna do? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you were doing that because now did anybody have to tell you to be excited? Did anybody have to train you or teach you to be excited?
Nope. It was
Okay.
natural.
Let me ask you this. Did you was it a chore to be that excitement?
No.
It
Just
wasn't a
happened.
chore. It
Not
just
at all.
happens, right? Because why? Because you were on fire. You were passionate. You were looking forward to it. It was within you naturally to be excited, right?
Totally. It was
Na-
fun. It was exciting.
just naturally, right?
Hmm.
So that is no different than when you start to change your life. When it comes to like nutrition, intermittent fasting, becoming the best possible version of yourself. To a lot of people, like, man, Majors doesn't eat no cheesecake. Majors doesn't drink no sodas. He doesn't eat any sugar. He doesn't eat any carbs. He doesn't. Well, to them, to a lot of people that do those things, that's what they want. But
Hmm.
I don't want that. I want something that's going to be lasting. That's not going to go away 10 minutes after I eat it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not for what feels good now. I'm here for what's going to be best for me later.
Hmm.
And once you start to live within that passion and that desire, it becomes natural. It's something that you don't have to even think about. It's something that takes you over. And to get back to the yo-yo part, from my out there, I don't want it yet. And that's okay, because you have to learn to want it. When you get to that point, when you're genuinely passionate, when you go to sleep at night thinking about your routine the next day, when you go to sleep that night thinking about how you could be better the next day, and you wake up with that excitement, you wake up with that passion, you start to see those things, those Cinnabons and those Snickers, that cotton candy, all that stuff. And what people like to do is people like to they like to make jokes to make it feel to make themselves feel better about certain things. And it doesn't have to be pertain to food. It could be pertain to anything that is putting you within that comfort zone. And they like to make jokes because the jokes makes them feel better, right? If we really get just real genuine, just get real right here. It the funny kid in the class, right? The funny kid in the class, is usually funny for a reason, because there's something that he's covering up. There's something that could be possibly masking. But
There's
if we
something
get rid
deeper.
of, there's something deeper. So if we get rid of the jokes, let's get rid of the jokes. Let's be real with one another. And like I say, it doesn't have to pertain to food. But look, we're talking about growth right here. We're talking about life-changing experiences right here. All right. So when you have that passion to genuinely say, you know what, I can't continue to live the way that I'm living right now. I'd rather die than continuing to go forward the way that I'm doing right now. When you get to that point, your yo-yo days will be in the past. The old you, I call it the old me. That I call it Tom, short for the old me.
I
The
love it.
old for hey, people talk about haters this, haters that, naysayers. No, let's forget about. Listen, don't even talk about haters and naysayers. They don't mean anything. They have nothing on your mind. They have nothing on the old you. You know why? Because the old you, Tom, the old me, he knows all my weaknesses. He knows all my deepest, darkest secrets that a hater couldn't dream of knowing. The old you knows how to talk to you. He knows how to say all the sweet things to you. He
Push
knows
all
what to
those buttons.
he knows what to say at the right time. Hey man, you don't have to get up early today. Listen, you
Fine.
worked you worked hard yesterday, man. Nah, listen. When you start to recognize the old you start to bury him deeper and deeper. Put him in the old me is off in the Mojave Desert somewhere, long gone for a long time now. Just for instance, today woke up early. I'm sore. Don't feel like it. Feelings has nothing to do with growth. Forget that. You know what I'm saying? Still got my 1,000 push-ups in. Still hit my 1,000 crunches. Went to the pull-up bar. Got my reps in. And we're in Vegas. I don't know if you guys know. It don't snow here. Well, guess what happened today, Jen? It was hailing in Las Vegas. I said, you know what? I was like, the old me. I said, Tom, you tricky for this one, man. I was like, hey, Tom wasn't right there next to me. Like I say, he had to call long distance just to talk to me because he was far long gone.
You call collect.
Hey, so it was like, this is my last chance, man. It don't never hail in Vegas. I gotta talk to him, see if he'll let me back in the house. I got a phone call. I'm like, I haven't heard that ringtone in a long time, Jen. Who's this? Tom? That's you? Hey, listen, man, it's hailing. It is. But that ain't got nothing to do with my workout, homie. Click.
Bye, Tom.
Bye, Tom. You know what I'm saying? But when you
Love
have
that
that
you
passion,
named him.
what's that?
I
Oh
love that
yeah,
you named him,
I
right?
got a
Because
name
it
already.
separates it kind of, right? So that you
Yes,
can be like Tom, I'm not having this today. So see you later.
yeah. That's it. You got to separate it. You got to see the enemy clearly. How do you know what to fight if you don't know who the enemy is? So if you got to give it an identity, whatever helps. But when you become passionate, you wake up thinking about it, you go to sleep thinking about it, and like I say, when you get to that point when you're like, you know what, I'm done, I'm done. I Then you start to do stuff in the dark with nobody looking. There's no cameras. Everybody in the house sleep. You ain't
That's
eating
how it
what you ain't
sounds.
supposed to be eating. Yes, yes. Then you start putting in that work. You start changing, and then once you start to get on that rhythm, you'll never want to go back. And like the Dunkin' Donuts, the Krispy Kremes, all those things I used to love, they're not even a temptation anymore. My body, I eat the same thing every single day, Jen. I eat a dozen eggs a day. I eat a half a chicken a day. My protein shakes, some almonds, some wheat thins. That is it. I've been doing that for over a year.
Wow.
To a lot of people, that would be boring, but to me, my body, it craves that. The same way that people like to look forward to cheeseburgers and cheesecake. Just think about being able to eat your favorite food every day. That's how my body feels. My body views cheesecake. The dozen eggs is my cheesecake now. The baked chicken is my pizza now. The almonds and the wheat thins is my cheeseburger now. And that's how I'm able to sustain it. But once you start to live within that passion and that fire, listen, that yo-yo, that with. Now, I'm not talking about perfection. Listen, you guys, I'm not talking about perfection, because it's progress over perfection every day of the week. You're gonna fall, you're gonna stumble, you're gonna learn a lot about yourself, but you will get up and you will keep going. You will keep going, and you'll give up on that yo-yo. You're gonna put that yo-yo down. You will definitely put that yo-yo down for sure.
I I love what you said here about falling and failing too, right? Because like falling,
Hmm.
failing, progress again, not perfection, because it's bound to happen. We're all going to fall off at some point. But I love how
Yes.
you said when you do that, you learn about yourself.
You learn about yourself. You learn how the old you is trying to attack you. The old you is very, very clever. The old you is very cunning. And the thing about Tom is he likes to work with people. He likes to work through people close to you, through your friends, through your family, through your
Mhm.
significant other. You have to recognize it. There's nothing wrong that they're doing, but you have to recognize it. Hey, listen, I don't make fun of you eating all the cheesecake and the ice cream you're eating. So don't talk about me when I'm eating my salads or my chicken or my eggs. You know what I'm like? Ain't nobody talking about all the Fruit Loops you eating and all the Twizzlers and all the gummy bears you eating. So don't talk
Well, I
about,
think,
hey, listen, man.
and I
Don't
think
don't don't.
that's sometimes the
Huh?
hardest part, right? Is like all the
Yeah.
friends, the family who were like,
Oh
"Oh, but
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
are you sure you don't want to have this piece of cheesecake? Are you sure you don't want
Right.
to have? I can't get you
Yeah.
a birthday cake this year. What do you mean, man?
Yeah. And
Like,
it's like
how do you deal
it's
with
like
that?
it's like, wait a minute, if my arteries are clogged up, or God forbid I was to develop diabetes, if I was diabetes, then everybody wants to be like, oh man, hey, you need to watch what you eating. Not well, so it's like, wait a minute. Everybody had no problem with it. Nobody was having no problem when I was eating whatever I wanted, right? Like when it come to my friends. Nobody had no problem eating whatever they want. But now it's a big deal when I want, and that's the thing. When you're trying to better yourself, sometimes it's the
Mhm.
closest people around you that will start to try to hold you down. And listen, don't take that personal. Don't take that personal.
Well, I
Use
think
that.
it's their battle, right? It's their battle that they're
Yeah,
struggling, kind of
that's
projecting it
it.
on you.
That's it. It's kind of like, they're seeing kind of that, like that mirror, you know what I mean? And it's all about just basically staying driven, staying focused, winning the day, conquering the mirror daily. Who cares about what this guy could do over here, or how this guy's got a six pack, or this guy can run forever, or this guy can lift this, or this guy could do that many burpees? Who cares how many burpees Majors could do? It's not about that, you guys. It's not. It's about conquering the mirror, winning the day. There's too many people that are like in the fitness industry that just basically like to hear themselves talk. That like to say, yo, put the spotlight on me, baby. Look how great I am. Look how this person over here is not doing it right. But look at me, I'm doing it the right way. Man, I don't get into all of that. I don't get caught up into what this person's doing over here. Oh, you know what? That guy's not good, this and that. No, then you know what? I'm not any better than that guy. How
But
am I any
you
better?
gotta do it. Well, you gotta do it for you, right? You can't do it for someone else because
That's
again,
it.
otherwise it's not a strong enough why to help you stick through those bad
That
days, right? If I'm only
listen,
doing it to, put it on Instagram or to,
facts.
show someone that I can do 1,000 burpees, like it's not strong
That's
enough.
it. That's it, man. A wise man knows that a wise man knows nothing. I love that quote. And we're all here. We're just trying to improve. This ain't the major show. This ain't how good I am, or any of that. Any of that. The only thing that we're here to do is to encourage one another and keep things moving the best way that we know how. Um, talking about another person's shortcomings, or trying to make yourself seem bigger than somebody else because you believe they're not doing something that you think they should be doing, then you're no better than that. You're no better than that person.
Yeah.
Instead of, if you want to talk about how somebody else isn't doing things the right way, I would suggest spend time praying for that person. How much time have you spent time hoping that person does find a way? How much time have you spent? Because I'm sure you spent a lot of time talking about how this person is no good, right? But how much time have you spent wanting to help that person? How much time have you spent trying to pray for that person? How much time have you spent trying to uplift and encourage that person? But nobody wants to talk about that part,
Yeah.
because to a lot of people, it's all about them. I'm here to tell you right now, it's not about Majors, it's not about Jen. It's about becoming that best possible version of yourself. And positivity in the long run, love and positivity always prevails. It always prevails. So don't get in that trap of going tit for tat and going back and forth. You guys just stay driven, stay focused, live within that passion, and put those yo-yos down. That yo-yo is going to come down, and once you start to get your mind in check, The mind, it will let the body know, yo, listen, it's a new day. It's a new day. Get on board, baby. And when that starts to happen, you're going to start to see beautiful things. You're going to start to see beautiful things happen. And when you start to see those beautiful things, then you don't have to walk in faith so much. Because when you first start to change, you know what to do. You know what's right. You know what's right. And you want to do it so bad. To every fabric inside, every fabric within you wants to do it so bad. But you may not have the strength to do it. You're still walking in faith. You know, like I'm in the water, people are on the boat. I'm like, man, and I'll get out. It's okay. It's okay. Like, man, there's sharks in that water. You know, you have to walk in faith. But once you put yourself out there and you start to make those small steps, you start to believe in yourself. You start to see that it actually is working. Then you don't need as much faith. You're like, okay, I can do this. You start to take that step. The next step comes. Next thing you know, cheesecake, cheeseburgers, fries. No, man, I'm good. Oh, I'm good. Like, there's no way I'm gonna trade my effort and my gains and everything for those things that used to hold me back. All the things that Tom loves. You know what I'm saying? That's not me.
I think
That's no longer me.
I think that's what's so important though, right? Is to just note that, it's not like you started the journey and had this, the same mental stamina and the same discipline that you do today, right? Like it's taken you time to get where you are, and it's been
Yes,
layers, right? So it's failing and trying new things and, slowly
yes.
going through this mind shift to get you to exactly where you are right now.
That's it. And to all my perfectionists out there that want to have it all figured out before you start, that that's not having that perfectionist mind state could be very, very crippling. It could really handicap you. You got to just get out there. You got to start, because you know why? Once you step out there and you start, you will learn what you need to learn. You're gonna fail. You're gonna scrape your knee. You're gonna bump your head. You will. There's no way I'd have the knowledge I have now. There's no way I would have had day one if I just try to sit there and try to figure it all out. It's impossible. Please don't chase perfection. Start, come as you are today, right now. And nobody will have to tell you to come as you are today, right now. When you go through that change, like how I reached for that remote and I saw them ripples, that was it for me. For somebody else, it might be something different. But when you start to walk within that flame, you will never want to go back. I mean, sure, I can eat, I can eat cheesecake now if I wanted to every now and again. It's not going to hurt me. It's just I don't have a desire to eat it. That's like saying, that's like I mean, it's almost like I'm trying to eat something just because I want to eat it. It's just like when you start to really, really grow, man, there's no turning back. There's no turning back, and the best version of yourself is a very beautiful thing. It's almost spiritual in a sense.
It
Like
is.
you connect to yourself. You become so close to yourself in a way that is almost angelic. Like it's like I have no words for it, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's like it's a complete different experience when your mind and your body and your spirit are acting as one. When you're no longer a passenger within your own body, when you're no longer a passenger within your own mindset, and you have the control, you have the keys, you have the codes to the alarm. You're the one putting in the gas. You're the one doing the oil changes. You know how it
But
is?
you know
You know
what?
how it is? Like,
You start getting you get that confidence in you, right? And you start being able to drive
yes,
things. Start like I think something that really comes to mind as you're saying all this is like you no longer need to get validated by the people around you, right?
yes,
Because you
yes.
are on your journey and you know what that is and you believe in it. So it doesn't matter whether it's Tom who's coming against you, it's
That's right.
whoever, they're not going to knock you down because you're so much stronger than that.
That's it. And like if most of us have had cars. It's different when you just get in the car, you drive, and that's it. You have nothing else to do with that car. But you start to get one with the car when you're changing the oil, when you're doing the tires, when you're checking, you're washing that car, you're keeping that car clean, you're putting the armor all on it. You become one with that vehicle. Is more intimate. It's no
Mhm.
different than your body. It's no different than your body. And those things that used to be temptations to you are now just threats to what you got going on. That's no longer part of the game plan. And I'm going to say this real quick, you guys, and I'm sorry before we get on to the next topic. I'm going to give you guys my secret. I'm going to give you guys my secret, man. I've been giving away all my secrets, Jen. I'm not going to have no.
I want to hear it.
No, I'm not going to. I can't be. Hey, man, I ain't. Man, I'm giving everybody my secrets, man. This is my secret weapon. I hope.
You're making the world a better place, Majors.
Yeah, but this is supposed to be my secret, Jen.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yo. Okay, you guys.
You heard it here first.
Okay, a lot of people like to talk about motivation, right? Mm. And even like on IG, some of my posts, like I have to tag motivation. I do not believe in motivation. I do not use the word motivation. In certain instances, you guys, I have to use it just because so many people identify with the word motivation.
Yep.
The problem with motivation, which a lot of us know, you're in a movie. Like for me, Pursuit of Happiness was one of those movies that just motivated me. When I got done watching that story, Will did his thing. The movie was very touching. It made me want to go out and grind. It really did. A movie or a song can do that. The problem is, and those feelings, the feelings that you have at that time are genuine. They're real. But the moment that you really get into the real world, and the moment that you start to have some type of pushback or pain, all that stuff goes out the window. All that motivation, all that good feeling, that starts to go out the window. So what's deep? So let's ask ourselves, what's deeper than motivation? Then a lot of people will say dedication. Oh man, Majors, dedication. Okay, motivation, no good. Dedication, that's the one right there, Majors. No, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. Dedication. The thing is with dedication can also come and go. So there could be something in my life that happens that could cause for me to be no longer dedicated. A situation could come up, or I might go through something where I'm no longer dedicated to whatever it is I was dedicated to. Happens all the time in marriages. The divorce rate is high, right? Well, I'm sure when they got married, they were dedicated to one another, right? I mean, that's one of the best examples of dedication that I could show, right? I mean, that I can use.
Yeah.
You're at the altar, you're saying those vows, dedicated to one another.
Yep. What
happens? Life happens, things happen, whatever happens. One day you may not be dedicated to one another like you was before. So if it's not motivation and it's not dedication, you going with how deep? What's deeper than dedication? I'm going to tell you guys the secret right now. Right now. Jen, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
So when you wake up in the morning,
yep.
What's one of the things you do every single day when you start your day, when you wake up in the morning?
Brush
you don't teeth. Even have to. Jen, see, I knew why. We have that connection. You wake and Jen, do you have to be motivated to brush your teeth when you wake up in the morning?
Nope.
Okay, let me ask you this, Jen. Do you have to be dedicated to wake up and brush it? Like, man, Jen, you're dedicated. You wake up and you brush your teeth every day. You're dedicated. Do you have to be dedicated?
Nope.
But you it's something you don't even think about. You do it, right?
That's it.
There we go. So it's not motivation. It's not dedication. It's lifestyle. You guys, this is the biggest thing that I hold near and dear to my heart. It's all about lifestyle. You probably will not hear this anywhere else, but lifestyle. That's the key. So how do we train ourselves? How do we get from motivation to lifestyle? How do we get from a yo-yo to lifestyle? How do we get from failure to lifestyle? It's all about that mental conditioning, mental toughness, and you do that. You have to go through pain. You can't go in comfort, you guys. It's not going to happen. You have to challenge yourself, and you have to be relentless. You have to be possessed, because let me tell you something. Trick is 9% body fat. It just doesn't need any sweets, carbs, or junk food. It's not about that. It's about. So when people man, that's amazing how you're 9% body fat. And it's been 6 months. Well, to me, it's not amazing anymore. That's like saying, Jen, you brush your teeth every day. That's amazing. It's not. It's just what you do, right? Because it's part of your lifestyle. So when you make something part of your lifestyle, you guys, things are no longer a temptation. You have no chance to fail. Like you have no chance to not succeed. Start doing things without you even making an effort to do it. You've now tricked your mind and your body to believing that this is the only way. Your mind has all the power over you. Why? Take that power back and switch it, flip it on its back, and make your mind and body work for what you want. Once you get your mind and your body to work for what you want, then listen,
it just falls in place.
Sky is the limit. So once you get clean nutrition, it's part of your lifestyle. If you're into burpees, you get part of your lifestyle. Once you get positivity, part of your lifestyle. Once you get going to the gym, cardio, part of your lifestyle. It's things that it's like breathing. It's like brushing your teeth. It just happens. You don't even have to think about it. Everybody else is going to look at you like you're way up here. Like everyone's going to think you're a Martian alien. But to you, you're just brushing your teeth, baby. You're just brushing your teeth. And what
how do you get started? So if, let's say, someone was kind of new to this, or maybe someone is in the middle of yo-yoing and they're not quite sure how to make that switch into it being like a lifestyle, what would you say to them?
Oh, that's when you got to fight tooth and nail every day until it becomes. You have to, like I said, it is that's going to light switch on. You have to put that on your mirror. You have to do whatever it takes. Do not let yourself down. You're thinking about the pain you're going through right now. Listen, we planned this. Listen, you guys, we planned this podcast 2 months ago. Well, guess what? We are today. Whether we were training or not, today came. I guarantee you, if another day long enough days, 2 years from now, you will see that day. This version of yourself 2 years from now. It's up to you. What version do you want to have where you 2 years from now? Do you want it to have the version that you're still making excuses, still yo-yoing, wishing I shoulda, woulda, coulda, I wish everything up under the sun? Or do you want to make that effort to change your life now? So the best possible version of yourself is waiting for you 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 2 years from now. To get to that point, you have to be relentless. And if that's going against yourself, if that's going against your friends, family members, you have to hold on to that thing like life depends on it. It's about respecting yourself. I feel I respect myself more than I do Reese's peanut butter cups. That wasn't always the way. Before I respected Reese's peanut butter cups more than I respected myself. But you have to go through that point. You have to learn and you have to grow through. To go through it is gonna be pain, but you want the pain. The pain is there to make sure you mean what you say. The pain is your friend. It's not the pain is there to get the old you away, validate if what you're saying is true. If you're just blowing a bunch of smoke and getting around some people saying a bunch of stuff just to kind of make yourself feel better. Oh, that lie detector called pain gonna come knocking at your front door and he's gonna see what's what real quick. So don't view pain as a bad thing. Pain is where you need to live. Pain is where you need to dwell. And
pain's
you're
how
not
you know you're pushing that comfort level.
Listen. For my people that know me, Tello, a lot of my people around me that know me, I used to watch Stephen A. I used to watch Skip Bayless every day. First, even sports. I was a big sports guy. I still am, right? But I'm transitioning, continuing to grow as a. I haven't watched First Take or Undisputed or that kind of thing in over a year, because it's not that I'm choosing not to. It's just the new version of myself and the best version of myself no longer has a desire to watch those things. Before, I didn't have in my mind, oh, what does watching ESPN have anything to do with my fitness journey? It doesn't. It has naturally become so intense that a lot of start to turn into distractions that you didn't even know was a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
And that beautiful thing, that is right there, the beautiful thing about growth. But to go back to lifestyle, you have to hang on to that thing like your life depended on it. Because guess why? The old is going to go without a fight. You talk hater, you talking about it. Hey, listen, people think haters and troll haters, your ops. You talking about your ops? Ain't an op out there alive that hound on you worse than the version of yourself. If you could the old version of yourself, you could conquer anything. But that, hey, Tom is not going to go down without a fight. You got to put him down. You know how in the old Chucky movies, Chucky kept coming? You killed Chucky 3 times, he's still coming. You got to cut his legs off. You got to shoot him in the heart. You got to cut his head off, light him on fire. You have to be on top of him. Every time he gets an ounce of encouragement, you got to let him know you mean business. Because as soon as you kind of twitch a little bit, you could be up here all day like, hey, man, it's the new me. But in your eyes, you like this? Nah, man, the old you, hey, Tom's going to be right there like, nah, he going to let me back in, baby.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yes. So you guys, it's all about lifestyle. Once you get to that lifestyle, hey, listen, I mean, hey, you're going to be making gains without even trying, man. It's just going to be like breathing at that point. You don't have to tell a lion to be a lion. A lion doesn't wake up one day and be like, hey, man, I got to be a lion today. No, a lion is just a lion.
And this reminds me, I just want to bring back a quote that you said actually earlier, which was, you need to fall in love with that best version of yourself. And I just think that kind of says it all.
You listen, once you do, see the people that make fun of you and make jokes and laugh about the things that you don't do to do, those are going to be your biggest supporters down the road. Those are the ones that'll say, hey, man, from the beginning, I was there, man. From the beginning, yeah, he was doing this. So don't worry about that. Just stay true to what you're trying to do. And if you don't have a support system, or if you feel alone and you're by yourself, good. Because guess why? That's just a test to make sure you want it, baby. And it's just going to make you go through even more fire. Just stay true to who you are. Keep going. Don't make any excuses. And there's nothing like putting your head on the pillow at night, knowing that you won the day. There's nothing like the feeling you get when you put your head at the night, when you put your head on the pillow at night, knowing that you gave it your all. Before you get in the shower, you look in the mirror, you could just smile. Look yourself in the eye, saying, I left it all out there today. I got better. Even if it's a rest day. Every day don't got to be a grind. Rest and recovery is just as important. Hey, I'm resting up. I'm doing my thing. Let's just eat clean. I'm Gucci. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So lifestyle, Jen. I'm sorry, I went on. What's next? I'm sorry. You got to cut me off, Jen. Cut me off, Jen.
I love it. This is too good to cut you off. This is too good to cut you off, Majors.
All right.
No, this is awesome. And honestly, it even reminds me of that Kobe Bryant quote, which was like, people only, I'm going to totally mess this up, but something about you only have haters as you're being great. So haters only hate great.
That's right.
And
That's
so
right. That's
I think if you have those haters, whether it's Tom, whether it's, the people who you think are supposed to be the ones supporting you, it probably means that you're on a good path to something. And as Major said, it probably also means that later down the road, they're going to be your biggest supporters because they're going to be like, whoa, did you see what Majors did? Did you see like all this cool stuff he's doing now? You see, and so while you're grinding, they will.
That's it. They'll definitely come around for sure.
All right. So I think we actually got through all of our questions, which is awesome, even in a wraparound way, which is amazing. A couple questions that came up in the comments, though, that I wanted to see if maybe we can address was, so Aaron was actually wondering where you're from. So I know you're living in Las Vegas. Have you always lived there?
Aaron, Jen, who's Aaron? Where's Aaron at?
Oh, Aaron FitLab. It was like way up earlier. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I'm in Las Vegas. I've been here for about 14, 15 years now. Yeah. Yep. Out in the desert, baby. Out in the desert. Getting it in. A lot of beautiful man, Jen, the mountains out here. If you ever get out here, you and Dave, listen, we got a trip to take out to the mountains. Beautiful hiking out there, the trails. absolutely amazing. Beautiful work. That's a different type of workout right there. I love it. I
Oh, I
love it.
bet.
Yes, yes. Vegas has
And
a
hey, be careful what you wish for. We will come down there and see you when,
hey.
when we can.
That's gonna be an epic collab once you do for sure, and we'll be here waiting for you for sure.
I can't wait. And
Yes.
so I know, so Victoria from Victoria's Sequence was wondering what your biggest challenge has been.
My biggest challenge is um I need to do a better job at smelling the roses and enjoying the process along the way.
Yeah, you work
Um,
hard.
yeah, I just think that you know the thing about goals is the beautiful thing about short term and long term goals is it keeps you on track and it keeps you going to that desired point of destination. But you want to remember too that it's all part of life, and you want to do the best you can to enjoy the process along the way,
Hmm.
enjoy the small victories. You know, celebrate those victories. Not live. There's a big difference between celebrating it and living in it. But you know, give yourself those kudos because you deserve it. You worked hard to accomplish whatever it is that you accomplished. You worked hard mentally, physically, spiritually to get to that point. So do yourself justice by celebrating in the right moments, the right amount of time, smelling the flowers, enjoying the sunshine, appreciating the mountains, the clouds, all of that good stuff. And that is just going to make you appreciate everything to its fullest, because it's one thing to not do anything and to not reach your potential, but it's another thing to be so driven to the point where you're not enjoying your growth.
Hmm.
That's almost equally as bad. And that's one of the things that I've gotten a lot better at. That's what I would say that I'm
I
working
love
on.
that.
That
I love
yeah.
that. Well, it's hard, right? Because I feel like when you're a goal-oriented person, it's like you hit the goal, then you have a next goal, and there's always a new goal, right? So it's kind of
Yes,
like if you don't
there's
take that
always a new
time
goal.
to just, yeah, and it's like you hit it and you're like, okay, cool, what's next? Without really kind of being
Yes.
like, wow, like that was hard getting to wherever I
Right.
got to and like enjoying that. And actually, they also say the science behind happiness says that savoring moments, gratitude, just like
Yes.
being present actually has
Yes.
such a big impact on your mental health because it
Oh
just
man, I'm so glad.
you just don't otherwise you don't appreciate things.
That's right. Like you will never appreciate anything. Like yeah, I mean, and the thing is, listen, you got to reward yourself because you guys, like a lot of times when it comes to these goals, you know, it could take us months or even a year, 6 months or so to achieve it. So once you get there, hey, take the time you need to celebrate it, and then keep moving forward, of course, but enjoy that moment. What's up, D? What's up, Derek? Derek 2.0. Derek 2.0 back in full effect. Yo,
Yeah.
the beautiful thing about Derek, man, listen, he's been having some struggles, some issues. His mother-in-law, I believe it's his mother-in-law, like his wife's mom had passed, and this was a guy
Mhm.
who's this guy here is a person to really uplift other people around him. And Derek, it's
Great.
good to see you. It's good to see you back on that grind, being the leader that you are. Hey, let's get to these goals, man. No matter what mentality, homie, let's make it happen. The only thing that can stop you is you. A lot of times, our most how can I put this? Most of our limitations are self-inflicted. Ain't that something?
Mhm.
It has nothing to do with
Mhm.
anybody else. It
It's
has
messed
nothing.
up. It's so
Yeah,
messed up.
it's so messed up how we sabotage ourselves, Jen.
We
Most
do.
most of our limitations are self-inflicted, man. That's why I laugh when people talk about haters, man. Like, yo, talking about a hater is such a cop out. It really is, man. You talk about listen. First of all, a hater should not have that much of your attention. You know what I'm saying? Listen,
Exactly.
you,
Just keep
you, you,
focused.
yo, you need to worry about Tom. That's who you need to worry about. The old you. That's who you need to worry about right there, man. But yeah, hey, Derek, stay on your grind, man. Keep going. I love what you got going on. I'm one of your biggest fans, and keep your head up, homie, man. You know, I'm in your corner, got your back, and just keep getting them steps in. Yes.
All right. So Majors, so Sue had a question for you a bit earlier. She wanted to know how you're able to make everyone feel like they're your best friend.
Oh, Sue. Namaste, Sue. Namaste, Sue. Sue. Oh man, just talk about no pain, no gain, baby. Hey, just talk about listen, Jessica, Celine in here, Sue, like there's just these lovely ladies of Victoria's Secrets, these lovely ladies of the camp, man. So I always look at it like this. If you take the time to click on my video, because remember, it's not about the major show. It's not about me, you guys. It's so and listen, if I come across that way, I genuinely do not.
You don't come across that way, by the way.
Okay, okay. I just want to make sure, but that's definitely not my intentions. But I always look at it like this: if you take the time out of your day to visit me on my channel, whether that's a minute, an hour, 30, whatever the case is, time is so precious. We don't get time back. You know what I mean? That's that's the most valuable possession we have. So when you come to my channel, I'm gonna make the best possible effort to make you feel like you're the only one in the room. And I'm not doing that as an act. I'm doing that because I genuinely appreciate and care and value your time to come and visit my content, and that just means the world. And I've always had that mindset. Back when I first started, I would get no likes, no comments on my on my on
I
my
remember
videos. I
those
still
days too.
I still remember those days. So now it's like I can't keep up, but the mentality is still the same. I'm grateful for each and every single comment, and I'll always do the best I can to reach out to everybody in a genuine fashion. It lot to me. It does. And it may get to the point one day where I may not be able to reach out with every. I can't say that, oh, well, I can do it. So, but influencers out there that have like tons of like hundreds of thousands, millions of subs. If they replied to every comment, they literally wouldn't have any time to do anything else. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But to the best of my ability, I do try to do the best I can to reach out to everybody, man, because I know how it would make me feel if I'm going to a guy and I find value in his content and I make a comment and that guy reaches back out to me, like that's gonna really impact me a certain kind of way, So while I can, as long as I can, I'll continue to do the best I can to try to have those one-on-ones because it means the world to me. You wanting to spend time on my channel, man, whether that's for a minute or for an hour. So
I love that.
yeah.
Honestly, Majors, I think what you said just says everything anyone needs to know about you, you know?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Jen. I really do.
All right. So Dave actually had a question for you. So he was wondering about alcohol. Do you cut out alcohol?
No alcohol, man. Dave, no alcohol, baby. Now,
So Dave says this because he stopped drinking alcohol. He's just over 12 months now.
oh, let's
Because
go.
it makes him feel like garbage. And
Okay.
I think he can probably relate to a lot of the hating comments because, every time we go anywhere, everyone's like, "What do you mean, Dave? What do you mean you're not going to have a drink? What you're going to have a drink today
Right,
though, right? What
right,
do you mean
right.
it's been 12 months today now, yeah?"
Isn't that a shame? That's crazy. That's crazy. Instead of getting behind him and encouraging him, right?
That's
But
it.
no, that's man, congrats, Dave. 12 months and counting. And now, I mean, he's rolling now. I mean, I'm sure, I'm pretty positive that the temptation for alcohol wasn't what it was back then, like it is. It wasn't. It's not as prevalent anymore. Like he's got complete control over that. It's something that he's no longer just in the passenger seat for, and that's amazing, man. And you know what? Listen, when it comes to Kevin, that's huge. Yep, let's go with David, no doubt, Kev. But yeah, like I say, is uh man, my man Esconde be throwing me off, man. Kevin be throwing
No,
me off. But no, but when it comes to alcohol, there's nothing wrong with drinking, you guys. Like there's nothing wrong with alcohol. Moderation, you keep it in its place to celebrate something like a glass of wine or something like that. But me personally, I don't drink. Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah.
I think it's awesome. And I think probably, well, I'll let Dave speak if he's got any other comments on that, but I think probably he just wanted to see what your take was on that because yeah, because he's feeling that struggle or that pressure, I guess. But
Man,
I
well,
know Yeah, water is my new alcohol. That's what he said.
There it is. Oh, I forgot about water, Jen. Oh man, yo, intermittent fasting. Listen, intermittent fasting and water changed my life. How could I forget about water? When I first started, Jen, I was like, water is so boring. It's hard to drink. Like my mouth was so my palate hadn't been cleansed yet. My palate had all that sugar on it. You know what I'm saying? And water. Oh, but now, like, yo, when you get to the point when you go into the mood, there you go, Jen. I see you, Jen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, it's as
Yo,
big as my head.
I see. Listen, you guys. Hey, for everybody in the chat, listen, you guys. Water. Oh my God. Like your body, once you get on that habit of drinking nothing else but water, you on another level. When you get to the point where you go into the movies and you're drinking water in the movies, you know you made it. You know you made it if you're drinking water in the movies, baby.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, water. I love it. I love water. H2O, man. It's helped me so much. That's the only thing I drink now. Water, protein, and you know, I drink my egg whites. I drink egg whites too. But outside of that, that's it. That's the only thing. That's the only thing
No
I drink.
coffee?
No coffee. You know, but you know, I
Mm,
never was a coffee guy, you know, so
okay.
that's not something
That
I
was
had to cut
easy.
out. But but hey, my wife though, Mrs. Majors, Starbucks. We should be owning a piece of Starbucks. Like she, there's much money. Yo, all the people, everybody knows me in Starbucks. I'll be going up getting her Starbucks, man.
That's
But
so
no,
fun. That's a way to her heart.
yes, that's the way to her heart. Yes, anytime, yes, Starbucks, for sure.
Oh man. All right. I'm just checking to see if I wrote any other questions down. I think that's pretty much it. I'll throw it to the audience quick. If is there any questions that you had that maybe we didn't answer? Is there anything else that you guys want to chat about with Majors while we have him here? Yeah, see, Dave actually said coffee. I knew where he was. I knew where his head was going. I just saw that he wrote that.
Coffee. Yeah, the what is it? The double caramel macchiatos, the venti double caramel macchiato stirred. Yeah, I know a
Dave,
little bit about it.
a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, so Dave's half Italian, so he
Okay.
like coffee is just like I've never seen anyone more obsessed with coffee than that guy. Like he could drink probably a liter to just like himself
Wow,
a
that's
day.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I used to, and you know, not with coffee, but with different things like chips. Like, oh man, like it would
Mhm.
be easy for me to eat like a bag of just different things. But um, I would say this. I would say, um, we know you guys, whatever goal is, sometimes we can all feel entitled. Like, why isn't things happening right now? Like, how come
Yeah.
I'm doing all of this. Me. I'm doing all the hard work. Ain't nobody in my videos. Ain't nobody leaving no likes. Ain't nobody leaving no comments. Man, you know, that's something to humble myself. I had to walk within that humility, be like, you know what? Nobody's watching your videos for a reason. You know why?
Mhm.
You have to prove yourself, Majors. Well, because you work, these people don't know how hard you work. You're new, you're
Mhm.
fresh. You got to prove yourself. Nobody wants to work for nothing anymore. Everybody wants it right now. Everybody wants it quick. Everybody wants it easy.
Yesterday.
And
Mhm.
yeah, and you know what? And if you don't get it quick and easy, it's somebody else's fault. It's never your own fault. It's always somebody else. Oh, well, it's this person, or it's because the color of your skin, or it's because you're a woman, or you're this or you're that, or because of your faith or your religion or what. No, listen, man. It has nothing to do with that. Stop making excuses. Stop thinking. Listen, you gotta do dues, baby. You gotta earn them stripes. You got to earn them stripes. And you know what? If you have self-respect and that character, that confidence, you want to grind, you want to work to it, that let's go get it mentality, that no matter what mentality, that relentless mentality, nothing's going to stop me. Whatever's in front of me will get ran through. Whatever's in front of me I will go over, I will go around, or I will dig underneath. Whatever it takes, for as long as it takes. When you have mentality, it don't matter what color your skin is, homie. It don't matter if you're male or female. It don't matter if you doesn't matter if you're a Christian, a Muslim, whatever the case is, man. All of that stuff is pay your dues, earn your rights. Some people get caught into the support that they're not getting, so they start reaching out, trying to do other things. Forget about that, man. Keep your head down. Keep doing what you're supposed to do.
Keep
Stay
focused.
relentless. Stay on your grind. Because why?
Well,
You
people see that, right? Like people see,
yeah.
like we were talking
eh,
about at the beginning, like consistency, proving yourself, like doing it day in, day out. People see that,
yes,
you don't have to
yes.
say it, you see it.
Yeah, that's it. You don't have to say anything. Show them with your actions. And I guarantee you, like a lot of, if you think your channel is not growing as quick as as quick as you like, if you think you're not losing that weight as quick as you think you should be, well, let me ask you this: how long did it take you to put that weight on? So let's go back to high school days. We were all seniors at one point. So for whatever the case is, whatever date you want to go back to, how long did it take for you to put that weight on? So you have the unmitigated gall, you have the audacity, the nerve. If it took 5 years for you to put the weight on, you expect to lose it in a month. And if not, you want to throw a pity party. If you don't lose it in a month, then oh, it's not for me. Well, then it's not for you then. It's not, well, it's not for you. It's not for you. Listen, you guys, if it took all this time to gain that weight, respect your body enough, respect yourself enough, give yourself the time. You have to be patient, man. You got to be purpose driven. Let's go, Kev.
Hey, Kev.
Yo, what up, Kev? Yo, you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient. It was easy putting on that weight. Like you wasn't, when you was putting on that weight, you wasn't like, hey man, it's taking forever to put all this weight on. No, it happened over time. So what makes you think it's gonna be any different when you're trying to take the weight off? A lot of people just have this entitlement, man. And once you get over that, once you start to live in patience, once you start to humble yourself, walk within that
That's when you
humility,
notice. That's when
you
the results start happening, right?
yes,
Because and I
yes,
think that's amazing too, is like you can't underestimate time, consistency, focus because sure,
yes,
day to day you're gonna notice crap. But like, month to month, year on year, years on years, that's
right,
where you
right.
notice. That's where you notice.
Exactly, exactly. And it's just that step after step mentality and having the patience to just earn your, like, you have to put the work in, and a lot of people want to work hard for a little bit, and they want the results right away, but you have to get off of that. And that's one of the reasons why I came up with like the YTU, baby. That's YouTube University. Like, yo,
I love it.
Jen, I already told you, like, we're classmates. Ronan is my man. Yo, tattoo Ronan.
Yes,
Like,
where is he?
I consider him a classmate as well. Like, so it's like, if you look at it as like a long term, and like right now, like I said, I'm in my freshman year. I'll
Yep.
graduate my freshman year the end of April. Then I start my sophomore year. These are things that I do to help myself stay on focus for the long term. Because if I'm looking at the long term, I'm not worried about my comments, my views, or what's going on right now, or
Or
like I
burning out, right? Like I think
yeah,
burning out is like
or
whether it's YouTube or
that's
anything
it.
else, it's
That's
like if
it.
you have this short-term mentality, you're gonna just burn
Yes,
out.
you will. And there's a lot of our classmates that aren't with us here today that were when we first started, right, Jen? That
Yeah,
that aren't
a
here
lot.
anymore. And I guarantee you that a lot of them wanted the rewards right now. They wanted the rewards right now. And there's listen, we all fall victim to that. I'm not saying I'm any better than anybody that's or anything, but
Hey, we have it too.
that's it. But what I am saying, like for instance, I've been monetized now. I've been monetized now for like I don't know, 3 months or so, right?
Mhm.
So getting monetized, okay, so that was like that's a lot of people's goal, right? And I understand that that's a good goal to have. But I'm here to tell you now, for everybody that's not monetized, once you get monetized, that is actually ground zero. Like that
That's where it
that's
starts.
where it starts. Like a lot of people have this I've arrived when they get monetized, like, oh man, if I could just get monetized, I've arrived.
Everything will be great. The world's gonna change.
Yeah. Yo, hey,
Work like that.
listen, I got 1,000 subs, I got my
Mhm.
4,000 watch hours. I've made it, baby. I've arrived. Listen, you guys. I'm here to tell you right now, this YouTube game ain't no joke. Because when you get monetized, man, that is where the work because let's put it like this. Let's put it like this. All the work you're doing before monetization, that's just the warm-up. That's not the real workout.
Yep.
Hey, that right. Hey, everything before monetization is like you're just stretching. Like you're
You're
stretching for the
learning.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. The real work starts after monetization, man. And one of the things that's kind of kept me uh focused is that university mentality. Because a lot of people
Okay.
don't have a lot of people don't have a problem going to college for 4 years. It's just an expectation. That's just what you do.
Yeah,
So that's how I'm treating this YouTube journey.
I love it.
I'm treating it exactly like a 4 year education.
So Major's kind of on topic, but a little off. Aaron had a question here.
Uh-huh.
So hot topic. Thoughts on how to deal with huge negative forces and misinformation in the fitness industry like V-Shred. How do we help people from falling victim to them?
How do we help people from falling victims to influencers like V Shred or whatever?
Yeah, or
I,
just like a
I,
lot of misinformation.
well, to me, it's very easy. I don't focus on anything that anybody else has going on. Like I think I've seen the name V Shred, but I don't like my time is too. And I'm trying to say this in like a way that is doesn't come across wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like or arrogant or whatever the case. I don't want to be misunderstood. Basically, I don't have my time. I value my time in such a way to where I don't have time to worry about other people's misinformation. I only have time
What about
on
you?
to focus on the goal at hand
Hmm.
and to focus on the people that I'm making a positive impact on, and to also do the best I can to invest in people who are investing in me.
Hmm.
That's my concern. The camp, that's my concern. My goals, that's my concern. Um, but like somebody like he said like what V Shred or
V-Shred, I think. Yeah.
yeah. So I just don't have the time or energy to worry
So
about what
so some
somebody else.
So I don't know if you guys have read. I think it's Steve Covey's book. So Steve Covey's book is what's it called? I think it's like seven habits or something. This is seven habits. I think it's seven habits for highly effective people, something like that.
Mhm.
And in that, he talks about the circle of influence. So this is a concept that I actually kind of have really adopted into my life over the last year, which is
Mhm.
you can care about all these kinds of things. But if you have no real control over it, if it's outside of your span of control, then you're
Right,
wasting
yeah.
your energy
Yeah,
on it.
that's it. Yeah, like over the like just to say what you say, Jen, like to control the things that you can't control. That would probably
That's
be like back piggybacking off what you said.
it.
And the camp is my only concern. Like, of course, keeping healthy. And we're talking about outside of God, outside of family, all of that, right? Of course.
Hmm.
But my concern is my health, my goals, and the camp. The camp is my concern. The best way to combat misinformation is just making sure that you're focusing on your own grind and putting out the correct information. That would be my only thing. There's a lot of people that don't there might be people that don't agree with my style. That's okay. Like, my style may not be for everybody. That's fine. And if anybody was to say anything negative about my style, it wouldn't bother me one way or the other, because everybody's entitled to their opinion. And if that person is giving out misinformation, it's really not my business. My business is my business, and my business is the camp. And that's just the whole mentality and mindset that I've had this whole time. I'm all about positivity. I'm not about in any way, shape, or form going tit for tat with anybody in a negative manner, because it's just I just have better things to do. I have enough on my plate already, to worry about what like V Shred or anybody else out there is doing.
So I think Aaron added a little bit more here. So it's not us that I'm talking about. My concern is about the beginners that don't know any better, and trying to protect them from being taken advantage.
Well, I think that's the thing, is we don't have the power to protect anybody. And I admire I admire him for wanting to protect those people, but you can't. And just like you said, Jen, control the things that you could control.
Yep.
I would just focus on my own content, making sure that you're doing your own content to the best of your ability. And I'm no hero. I'm no hero. I don't have it's not my job to try to go out and protect people from other people's misinformation. People, they have a mind of their own. They have a brain, and sometimes the best way to learn things is going through trial and error. And
Totally.
if
Learning
if
from your
people
mistakes.
Exactly. And the only reason why I'm mentioning V Shred now is because of Fit Lab, or else
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
even be. Because to be honest, I'm uncomfortable even doing this. I'm uncomfortable even talking about that. That's how much I don't get into that type of thing. So,
Yep.
but the best thing I would say, and you know what? Listen, the best thing I would say is that we, control what you could control. I understand that I can't save everybody.
That's it.
I can only help people that come across my path. I can't worry about anybody else's path. And if
Well,
beginners go to somebody that is giving misinformation, they'll learn. That they're bright people. I'm not the only smart guy here. They're smart too. They'll figure it out. They'll go through their trials and error. But I can't be concerned with what another content creator is doing. No matter what level they're on. That's just my mentality.
no, I totally agree with that. I think it's also like, again, like people, they say a lot of times too that people get information or find information when they need it. And so again, like, if they're coming across that information, maybe that's part of their journey. Maybe they need to fail a couple
That's
times
it.
before they,
That's
come
it.
to the
And
right information. And if all we can do is
right,
control in our circle, then it's, how do we become more consistent? How do we get our message out there more? How do we sort of
right. Just focus.
focus on us to get that message out
Hey,
there,
I'll sum it up like this. I'll sum it up like this, Jen. I think it was my grandpa that told me. He's like, hey, he said, never argue with a fool, because somebody that doesn't know better won't be able to tell the difference.
That's it. I
So
love
so
it.
if I'm going back and forth arguing with a fool, then somebody that doesn't know no better, I'm not going to look any different than that person who I'm arguing.
That's it. And you're expelling so much energy on this
Yeah,
stuff too, right? Like
yeah,
it's
facts, man. Listen, I ain't got time to be trying to worry about what other people got. Man, my hands are too full, man. Yeah, I just keep it positive, keep it pushing, and whoever comes across my way, they're in a good place to be, because we're gonna work hard together. It's not about what majors can do; it's a matter of what we could do together, you guys. I'm all about reaching goals together. When I see Daniela doing her thing, when I see Jessica doing her thing, you're like the other day, I've seen Jessica Estrada doing Navy SEAL burpees. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
yeah.
what the hell's going on here? Jessica's doing Navy SEAL
No,
burpees,
she killed it.
and she killed it. Yeah. So that's the stuff, like, seeing people like Val with home workout health hub, seeing her grind. Robbie Garnes with the Hikemaniacs. Robbie be up in the hills in Arizona getting his grind on. Derek's journey. Tattoo Ronin, Victoria's Sequence. These people, like, these are the people that I'm concerned about. Not anybody else. Like, not.
I love it. Nah,
Yeah,
I love what your grandpa said. I think that was
yeah.
perfect.
Stay away from them. Stay away from them fools, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. So we've gone through a ton of content tonight, and man, Majors, like this is so freaking awesome. Like just being able to have this chat with you, and just like the chat's been wild, which has been amazing. So if we were gonna kind of, just like think, what are some maybe final words or maybe something that you might want to leave people with?
Final words. Final words. I will say this, you guys. There's sometimes I'll be getting so passionate, man. I'll be having to fight tears back, you guys. You have no idea. You have no idea. I think sometimes, a lot of times, people will see where I'm at in my journey now and forget. That's why on IG every now and again I have to put old pictures of how I used to look, just to remind people. Listen, I haven't always
I
looked like
started
this. Or
somewhere too.
yeah, we all start somewhere. But what a lot of people will do to give themselves a pass is, instead of taking ownership. We love you too, Jessica. Instead
Yeah,
of
we do.
taking instead of taking ownership, Celine, we love you too, Celine. Yo, her content is amazing. What, like, how it's like watching a movie every time you go to Celine's channel. It's like,
It is. Did you see the
whatever
makeup?
she's got going on. The what?
Did you see the makeup one that
Yeah,
her and
her
Tony
and
did?
Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
stuff
my
like
gosh,
that.
I'm laughing.
So the basically, like, so what people will say is they'll see majors, and they'll be like, oh, that's just majors being crazy. But my brother, my baby bro, Ro. But they'll say that's just majors be doing crazy things again. But people will say that to give themselves like a pass. No, it's not majors doing crazy things again. We are all more than capable, and the passion. They say, yo, Majors, how do you have so much energy? How do you have so much passion? It's because I genuinely want to see people get better. I genuinely want to see people grow. Hey man, listen, the subscribers, the watch time hours, the retention, all those metrics and analytics, listen, all of that stuff will come in time. Like before I was monetized, I hardly paid attention to that stuff because I was like, listen, of course I'm always going to learn. I'm going to fine tune things and work smart. But that should never be your main priority. My priority has always been people. When you
Yeah.
have people as your priority, you're going to come across in a way that is genuine. You're going to come across in a way where people's going to receive your message because they know that you care. They know
That's
that you've
it.
been in those shoes. Nobody
You don't
cares
have
about
to
how.
tell them, they see it.
No, they see it. That nobody cares about how much knowledge you have. Nobody, listen, people don't care about what I know or what I've been through or how much. Hey, your form, when you do this with your form, it has to be pinpoint. And no, listen, all those things, are those things important? Absolutely. But when you make people is your priority and you want to invest into their well-being, that has nothing to do with fitness. That has everything to do with life and the betterment of their mind, the betterment of their soul, their spirit, to make them just have that extra step when maybe they didn't feel like it, to just get up and to be better than what they were yesterday. When you're working on that level, then you're really starting to touch people's lives in a very, very special way. And I tell you what, when you start to do that, be careful, because the blessing that's going to come back your way from feeling that is going to be astounding. Like when I get chills just now talking about it. When I see I'm out to help as people. Listen, you come to my channel, I want to give you an experience, not just a workout, not just a speech, an experience that hopefully will just help you at your
Well, you want to
job
leave them feeling something,
yes,
right?
yes, yes. I want to help you, not just in the weight room, just not doing pull-ups. I want to help you when you're at your desk at job, when you at a job you don't want to be at. I want to help you when a mom that's been tired, that still has a kitchen full of dishes to do, when she just put down a 6 or 8 and a 4-year-old. I want to help the mom that didn't get any sleep the night before and she just woke up real early from changing a diaper. Just that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And if I can help you just in that aspect, even if it's just a little bit, even if it's just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
then I've done my job. Then I've done my job, man. And I just to leave you guys with this, to leave you with whatever you choose to do, whether that's fitness, whether that's a cooking channel, no matter whatever endeavors you put your heart in, you have to go wherever the pain is at in your journey. The quicker you go to the pain, the quicker you're going to get whatever it is you have your heart set on. You
Mm-hmm.
can't do it the way that you've been doing it. You can't
Not
get new
working.
things. You can't get new things with old habits, you guys. You just can't. There's no way somebody would have told me a year ago that I wouldn't be watching ESPN. There's no way somebody would have told me a year ago that I would be doing the things that I am today. But because my goals were no other option, there is no other option, then
Mm-hmm.
you start to transform in such a way to where you become unrecognizable even to your own self. And you're going to be a magnet for positivity, because you're going to give people hope and understanding, but like, you know what? If he can do it, I can do it. You know what? Majors is out here, spring, fall, summer, winter. Holidays come around, it don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Winter comes around, it don't matter. A lot of people just like to work hard when the sun's out because it feels good.
And
You
it's
know that,
easier.
and it's easier. Oh no, now it's time for the clothes to come off, because what people like to go to the pool, people like to go to the jacuzzi. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? Okay, now it's time for everybody to be sexy again.
yeah. Yep.
No, man, listen, this is a full-time grind. Hey, you can't expect OT money putting in part-time. You can't expect OT money putting in part-time work. It's a year-round grind. And if you say you want it, you gotta go get it. You gotta fight harder than you ever fought before if you want it. And guess what? If you're not fighting as hard as you need to be and you don't make it, don't blame anybody but yourself. Don't blame other people. doing this and other people holding you back this. No, you have to own the blame, because guess why? When you get the success, you're going to want to own all that success, right? Like you're
Yep.
going to want to own all the good stuff. So you got to you got to own all the bad too. Leave yourself with no excuses. Go out, handle your business, do what you need to do, get out of that comfort zone. Wherever the pain is at, find it and own it. Wherever your weaknesses are, we all have weaknesses. Get off of them strengths. Always living within your strength is like having a yes man around you, like a yes man that just says yes to everything you want to do. Yes, 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 yes. And it's just caressing that ego, caressing that ego. No,
Well, it's
go,
like what you said, right? Look in the
go.
mirror and be happy with who that is, whether that's looking in
Yes,
the mirror at your physical or just who you are, right? Look at those
yes.
weaknesses, look at those pain points, and like own them. They're
That's
you.
it. Go find you a tub of pain to bathe in, and don't leave until you come out, until it's your strength. You go where the pain is at, and you stay there as long as you need to. You vacation there. You set up a tent there. You get a rental home there. You get a vacation home there. You spend a whole summer in that house of pain. You don't leave there until it becomes your strength. You start doing that, you're going to become a very dangerous person. That I guarantee you.
Hmm.
That I guarantee you. And also, one last thing I'll say: stop thinking about and worrying about the now. Get out of the now. Get out of the tomorrow. Get out of the next week. Get out of the next month. Put your mind further, you guys. Think about where you will be 2 years from now, 3 years from now, if you do not quit, if you have that relentless mentality. And I guarantee you, after 3 years goes by, after 4 years goes by, you stay relentless and you still ain't where then we could have a different conversation. Stay relentless, stay on the grind, no matter what mentality. Get out of that comfort zone. Stop trying to feel good all the time. Go where the pain is at. Go where the hurt is at, because standing right behind that pain is your goal. Your goal and pain, they're best friends. They're buddies. You just don't know it yet. You can't have one without the other. You need them both. That's a package. That's a package deal right there. That is a package deal, baby. Your goal don't come without the pain. You got to love them both, not just the
Yep.
glory. You got to have the guts to endure that pain, because you ain't getting to the glory without the pain, baby.
It's
That would
also
be the
not,
last thing.
the journey also is not as exciting unless you have that pain, right? You
You
need
gotta
that
have,
pain. Yeah,
yeah.
you gotta have the lows. You've got to have that
Yeah.
pain.
Is it just real quick? Look, a lot of people want to become monetized. I wanted to become monetized.
Hmm.
I was fighting my tail off to be, to grind. In the beginning, wasn't nobody watching nothing of mine. Listen, wasn't nobody watching nothing of what I had to say, you guys, in the very beginning, right? But back on it, I wouldn't have it any other way, Jen. Because when I finally became monetized, when I finally made it, it was worth something. Even
Yeah.
though getting monetized is just the beginning, but still just
But it
making it
felt
there.
something. It was a
But it felt,
milestone.
yes, it's a milestone. I would not feel that way if everybody could just do it. If I didn't have to go through that struggle and that pain and I was just monetized, it would have no value. You should want it to be hard. And you should want to join that fraternity when you get there, because you got there, other people have made it with you. You know that other person had to go through exactly what you had to go through 9 times out of 10. And you're going to have that respect for that person, like they have that respect for you. So listen, don't go for the shortcuts. Get rid of that entitlement mentality. Put the work in, grind, and don't expect nothing in return. That's the best thing. And as long as you look for the pain, the glory will come. But as long as you're a glory seeker, a glory dog, it's going to always elude you. It's going to always maneuver. It's going to always go to where you're not. So get rid of that mindset, put the work in, and want to put the work in. And believe me, doors will start to open for you.
Boom. Mic drop. I love that.
Awesome.
All right, Majors. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Honestly, this is such
Man,
an amazing conversation.
my pleasure, Jen. My pleasure. Listen, you've welcomed me into your home. You and Dave both magnificent people. You've welcomed me into your home in front of your audience. It's truly, truly humbling, and I couldn't have been anywhere more special. And you've been just a blessing. You've always been there. Like I say, we're classmates, and I'll be
Yep.
looking forward to our graduation in a few years. See where we'll be. All
Me
right.
too. Like I
Hey,
said, we're
hey,
gonna have
hey.
to do this
You
again in a
down?
couple of years. Yes, I'm
All
down.
right. Then.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get to it then.
Let's get it. All right.
Yes.
And I just want to thank everyone that came on tonight. Thanks so much for being here, whether you tuned in later, earlier, whatever. Just thanks so much for joining. Thanks so much for your support. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all your comments. Honestly, the comments and all that stuff make all of this so much fun just to be able to connect with
Yes.
everybody, to see that, we're not alone in this, right? We all go through this kind of stuff.
Yes. We're
So,
not alone. Don't ever let Tom, the old you, don't ever let the old you make you feel or try to make you quit by saying you're the only one, because you're not the only one, guys. I know it may feel that way. It feels like it feels like that. It felt like that many a times for myself, but that's just a lie. That's a lie from the enemy. Don't let those seeds take root in your mind. You're not the only one. Put that head down. Keep grinding, baby. Keep grinding. It'll pay off. It'll pay off.
I love that.
Yes.
All
We did it,
right.
Jen.
We did
We-
it. All
Hey,
right.
Jen.
What?
We did,
What
we
up?
did it, didn't we? We
Did
did it,
it.
huh? Yes,
And
yes,
and
sir. Let's go.
and I just have to say, if you guys missed it, the intro to this was the best. We did a major style intro, so you guys have to rewatch that if you missed that part, just because it was pretty
Yeah, that
awesome.
was fun. That was fun for sure. You did your thing, Jen. You did it. You held it down.
All
Yeah.
right, cool. So we'll end it here. So everyone, again, just thank you again so much for being here. It was a pleasure having Majors on. I hope you guys all learned something. I hope you all are leaving feeling inspired and motivated. I know I am. So I
Yes,
hope we all can leave here just feeling like tomorrow or Monday, we're gonna fall in love with becoming that best version of ourselves.
that's it, Jen. I couldn't have said it better myself. Well said. Well said.
All right. So we'll don't leave. That's a catchphrase. Don't leave. All right.
Kev.
All right, cool. Okay, so we're gonna end it here again. Thanks, guys. We'll say bye here. So
All
bye
right, you guys.
everyone.
Enjoy
Oh,
your weekend, y'all.
yeah. Enjoy your weekend. Bye guys.